Welcome everybody to AMF Plainview, and we are in for the Ligbt House Shot Final Shootout. It is Sunday, January 24th, the day after the big blizzard, and the Ligbt still ran a tournament and had 36 bowlers come and compete. Let's meet our final four. On the left, Mr. Clive Tobias from Huntington, New York. Clive has a 143 club average and he's getting 69 pins. Next up is Mr. Gary Brown from Coram, New York. Gary was the wild card winner and he has a 176 club average and getting 39 pins. Next up, Mr. Ralph Yandoli from Belmore, New York. Ralph has a 160 club average and he's getting 54 pins. And last but not least, Mr. Joe LaBargo from Bayside, New York. Joe has a 170 club average and he's getting 45 pins. Okay, bowlers, shake hands and let's get this match rolling. 2 feet of snow outside, but nice and toasty here at AMF Plainview. We are bowling on a house shot, and the scores were nice and high as expected. We have, what's nice about today, we have 4 bowlers, none have ever won a title. First prize today is $500, second is $300, third is $275, fourth is $250. The reason why the regular guarantees weren't paid out was we announced it before the tournament that due to the weather and the limited entries, we were going to pay based on entries. And here comes the first shot of the match, and Joe goes high, leaving the 310. It is going to be real exciting here because the winner is going to the Tournament of Champions. These are 4 bowlers, none have ever won an Ligbt title. And here comes Clive, and Clive goes high, leaving the 3-6. All right, Joe LaBargo looking for the spare. Oh, what a great spare! 310, Joe. Joe LaBargo from Bayside. His best finish is in 3rd place. He's been a member for about a year. Ooh, and Clive gets the spare. Well done, Clive. All right, here will be our first look at Ralph Yandoli and Gary Brown. Ralph is on the left. Ralph, 56 years old. He led the 3 o'clock squad with a beautiful 854 series, and he's getting 54 pins. Ralph from Belmore looking for his best finish, which would be a title, and he goes high and leaves the 3-6. So, despite the easy shot, all the bowlers seem to be a little nervous looking for that first title. All right, Gary Brown starting his first frame. Gary with a 176 club average, getting 39 pins. Gary is getting 39. Joe LaBargo's next with 45. And Gary hits the pocket but leaves a 10 pin. Next after that, Ralph with 54 pins, and then Clive getting the most 69 pins. Here comes Ralph. Oh, we've got our first open as he chops the ball. Bad break for Ralph. All right, Gary Brown looking for his spare. Well done, Gary, working on the 10 pin. So 3 out of our 4 bowlers have spared. We got 1 open, no strikes in frame number 1. All right, here's Joe LaBargo on the left lane working off a spare. Ten in the pit for Joe. What's interesting, Joe bowled a 300 scratch game here today. The only one of the tournament. And Clive going high, leaving the 245. Now Gary Brown shot 299, who's also here in the final shootout. So the 2 high scores of the day, 300 and 299, both being represented here in the finals. As you can see by the masking unit, Brunswick is the official ball sponsor of the Ligbt. They make the finest balls in the world, and we are honored to have them as part of our tour. Good spare for Clive. Clive with a 7 spare. We hope you've come out of this big storm, historic storm, safe and sound. It certainly was a doozy. All right, Gary Brown leaving the 2-5. Gary working off a spare. All right, here comes Ralph. That was a great shot by Ralph. He came through the ball fantastic, and he makes up that open by getting a strike. Well done, Ralph. All right, Gary Brown. Gary's best finish is 4th place in the Ligbt, and he makes the spare. He's been a member since 2014. Gary never made the cut in the first squad or the second squad, but since he bowled both squads, we always take the highest 6-game block bar 9 finalist, and that was Gary today. Gary's shooting a 1582 6-game block. Oh, Joe LaBargo puts the ball in the pocket, leaves the 5-pin. Royal carry down. Clive Tobias, the man with all the pins, gets a strike in his 3rd frame. Way to go, Clive. That's Clive's first one of the day. If Clive looks familiar, he was on the Shootout show from South Levittown last week. So Clive making back-to-back final shootouts. Way to go, Joe, as he picks up the spare. All right, now Ralph Yandoli. Ralph owns a bagel cafe, and he's engaged to a beautiful woman, Patricia, who is also a member of the Ligbt. Ooh, Ralph leaves just the 4-pin, broke up the 4-5. Ralph's been a member since 2013, so he's on year number 3, and hopefully this is his lucky day to get his first title. All right, here comes Gary Brown, and this one looks pretty good, and he rips the rack for a strike. Way to go, Gary. So Gary gets his first strike of the match. So all 4 bowlers have at least 1 strike through the first 3 frames. Oh, nice spare, Ralph. So Ralph makes that 4-pin. And right now we've only had 1 open in the first 3 frames, and we're on a house shot today. Ligbt's next house shot tournament will be at East Islip Lane, February 22nd. So save the date, February 22nd, East Islip Lanes. Oh, Clive going high, leaves the 4-6-7. Now Clive's getting the most pins, 69. He's getting 15 from Ralph. He's getting 24 from Joe. And he's getting 25. Good shot, Joe LaBargo. So Joe bowling a Dutch 200 so far. Ralph making the 2 pins. So Ralph gets his first open. All right, Gary Brown. Gary is a cash applications manager for Landover MedStar. He is married with 2 beautiful kids. Oh, good shot for Gary, and we've got our first double of the match. Gary Brown back in town. Shot, Gary. All right, Ralph Yandoli looking good here. 10 in the pit for Ralph. What a nice shot for Ralph. So Ralph striking both times on the right lane. Now we're going into frame number 5. Mr. Clive Tobias from Huntington. He's a retired gentleman. He has 2 children, 6 grandchildren, and he's 60 years young. All right, come on, Clive. 10 in the pit. What a great recovery for Clive after that 4-6 open. Clive, who has finished second many times in the Ligbt, trying to capture that first Ligbt trophy. All right, Joe LaBargo on a strike, looking for a double. There it is. Joe's got his first double of the match. Way to go. So we're getting halfway through, and the bowlers are starting to loosen up. The doubles and triples are starting to come about. Ligbt is going to be over at AMF East Meadow next Sunday. That's Sunday, July 31st. For a regular handicap tournament, first prize 1,000, second 500, third 300, fourth 250. We hope you can make it. Squads at 1 and 3, AMF East Meadow next Sunday. Ooh, Gary making a good shot, left just the 7-pin. If he would have hit there, he could have taken the lead halfway through the match. All right, here comes Ralph. Spinning the ball, leaving the bucket. He doesn't lose any wood because he's on a strike. All right, way to go on a nice spare for Gary. And he is clean after the first 5 frames, so is Joe. Ralph making a nice spare. Let's take a look at the scores after 5 frames. And you can see Gary Brown, 134 with a strike. Ralph, 123 with a spare. As Clive strikes with a double, actually. Now, and here comes Joe. LaBargo, who's up on a double, he's got 105. And Gary Brown, 126. With a spare. Let's get back to the action with Joe LaBargo looking for a triple. Oh, he leaves a ringing 10-pin. Bad break for Joe. Here comes Joe LaBargo looking for the 10-pin, and he covers it perfectly. Well, way to go, Joe. All right, now Ralph Yandoli coming up in his 6th frame, working on his spare. This looks good. Leaving just the 2-pin. Ralph actually is throwing the ball pretty well today. All right, Gary Brown. Yeah. Gary Brown working off the spare. Oh, rips the rack 10 in the pit there. Nice shot for a strike. So Gary throwing the ball, great strikes in the 6th frame. Ralph finishing up frame number 6 with a spare. Well done. Ralph throwing the Nirvana, the Brunswick's hottest ball right now. Ralph might have even won it through the Ligbt. Okay, here comes Clive. Clive goes high, leaving the 310 baby split. Oh, Bobby, Tommy's got a... All right, here comes Joe LaBargo. Joe working off a spare. Looks good. 10 in the pit for Joe. Way to go, Joe. Yeah, we got it. We're changing. Okay. Good shot, Joe. All right, they're bowling on the house shot pattern here, 43 feet, and the strikes are starting to come in bunches. All right, here comes Clive. This could be a tough spare. And he makes it on the outside. Way to go, Clive. Well done, Clive, with the 8 spare. All right, we are now finishing up the 7th frame with Gary on the right lane, working on a strike. Strike kept the lead. Clive, by making that spare, keeps him in the lead. Just a little lead. Okay, but if Gary strikes here, there'll be a double and the lead, and he gets it. Gary takes the lead in frame number 7. Good shot, Ralph. And he trips up the 4. Way to go, Ralph. What a nice shot. Ralph throwing the ball well today. All right, Clive getting... Everybody is close here. Final 4 heading into the 8th frame. Clive goes high, leaves just the 4. All right, Joe LaBargo. He's on a strike. If he doubles here in the 8th, he move up to 2nd place. This one's pulled. But it holds pocket. Welcome to the house shot. Way to go, Joe. So Joe moving into 2nd place. Clive, he walks away from that spare. He was confident. All right, Ralph Yandoli looking for a double on the right lane. Gary looking for a triple. All right, here comes Ralph. Hold pocket. Oh, good shot, Ralph. Leaves just the 7. Ligbt will be running a Super Bowl marathon over at Farmingdale Lanes, followed by a Super Bowl party. It's a don't miss event, Super Bowl Sunday. You've got to spend it with the Ligbt. Sunday, February 7th, 5-game marathon starting at 1 o'clock, followed by the Super Bowl party. Here comes Ralph looking for his 7-pin. And he misses it. Wow, Ralph shaking his head. Misses it. So Ralph has the 2nd open of the match for him. And Gary covers the spare. So now we're entering. Gary's down 10. Who's in first? Who's in first? Okay, right now going into the 9th frame, Joe LaBargo's up 3 pins on Clive, 10 pins on Gary Brown, but he can increase that lead by 10 more with a strike. Joe on a double, 9th frame, big shot. Oh, he holds, strips the 4-7, and he loving it. Taking a 13-pin lead for Joe. All right, Clive needs a strike to stay with Joe. Oh, what a nice shot, and Clive gets the strike, so he is still in striking distance of Joe and the title. All right, Gary Brown now needs a hit. Ralph getting up first. He's still in the match. If he can strike out, he'd have to pin down an open for one of the competitors. This is a good shot here for Ralph. Oh, he threw that ball great. Ralph throwing the ball well. He strikes in the 9th, keeping his hopes alive. Big shot for Gary Brown. Right now in 3rd place. Oh, what a shot for Gary. He strikes and he stays within 13 of the mat of the title. All 4 bowlers hitting in the 9th frame, the foundation frame, and we are in for a fantastic finish. And our leader, Joe LaBargo, going first. Up 13 pins, looking for his first Ligbt title.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, 10 in the pit, and he is looking for that check. All right, Clive needs a strike. Needs a strike to stay within 13. Come on, up. And he gets it, so he's still alive. Good shot. All right, Joe LaBargo, if he strikes here, he is the winner. You can get these 2. Big shot for Joe LaBargo. Here it is. This one could be light. 10 in the pit. We've got a new winner. Joe LaBargo coming through. Gonna shoot 249 scratch if he strikes. Here comes Clive. Clive going wide, but mixes it up. Way to go, Clive. So Clive looking for a 2nd consecutive 2nd place finish. This man seems to love his 2nd place finishes. This is like his 5th one with the Ligbt. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Clive Tobias, Joe LaBargo gets the trophy, gets the invitation to the Ligbt Tournament of Champions. Show him your trophy, Joe. Way to go, Joe. There is his trophy. Congratulations, a $500 winner. And look at Clive walking away, shooting 212 scratch, 281 with his handicap. He trails by 13 pins. Now, this match is second place is not over. Gary Brown can still do something. Trip it up! Come on! And the 2-pin falls for Mr. Ralph Yandoli. That's a double. Now, can you come in second? Can you come in second? Okay, so third and fourth is now. Third and fourth, Gary looking to hit pocket. And he gets it. There's third place locked up. Ralph Yandoli will finish fourth for 250. Third place will go to Gary Brown for 275. Clive Tobias takes 300 with a 281. And last but not least, the champion. Great shot for a... Wow, Ralph looking real good today. And then everybody struck in the 9th. Everybody has struck in the 10th. All right, Gary Brown. Finishing up. That's a good shot. 10 in the pit. These guys are great. So every bowler has struck in the 9th and at least doubled in the 10th. Let's see if these last two guys can finish with... Here comes Ralph, looking for another strike. There it is. Ralph finishes up. What a great finish for Ralph. Shooting 196, 250. What a great shot for Ralph. 250 finishing fourth for $200. So Ralph earns $1 a pin. And here comes Gary. Can he finish up? And he leaves just the 9. He's the only bowler. Shoots 234, 278, 273. Let's look at the final scores, folks. First place goes to Mr. Joe LaBargo, 249 scratch, 294, worth $500. Second place goes to Clive Tobias, 212 scratch, 281 with his handicap, worth $300. Third place goes to Mr. Gary Brown with a 273 handicap, worth $275. And last but not least, Ralph Yandoli with a 250, earning $250. Thanks everybody for joining us. We hope to see you next Sunday over at AMF East Meadow. Good night, everybody.